his room.
Why couldn't we put... Oh, welcome back to the show. Welcome to Behind the Glass. Welcome to BTG Squad. Tricks, trickettes, snitches, and snitchettes. Somebody had a comment about your chicks with dicks joke. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. Let me film this. Today we're talking about the world's first living robots that can now reproduce. I was having a conversation with Dave and Errol about this before we started the show, and they mentioned that technically these are not robots. Am I correct? Or am I wrong about that?
Well, how? Yeah, I didn't know you were asking me.
Oh, I was asking either one of you. I don't know. So these are technically not robots, right?
They're not built like, they're saying like they act as like, they're not like your basic components of like what a robot is, right? What people think of like mechanical parts and electricity.
Yeah, but this is even more scary, right? Because these are the kind of things that they can inject into your body and say like a vaccination.
Basically.
Or just any of your normal crap. Put up my computer screen so they can see what we're looking at. So it says, what is this? The New York Post? Is the New York Post a reputable? I
feel like for New York, it's probably like their biggest one.
Yeah, but I thought they got
the Times.
I gotta stop effing with the mic. I can hear that when I do these videos. I can hear myself touching the mic. I hate that.
Static?
Yeah. Well, it's like.
What do you think about the robots?
I think it's a problem. Just like I thought the social credit score system in China was a problem, I think the robots is an equally large problem. Starts out as a beautiful, positive thing, and this is going to turn very deadly for all of us. How could it not? How could it not with Fauci at the wheel?
It definitely creates some like new things for sure. Once they like figure the stuff out more, that's gonna be crazy what they can do with it.
Yeah, like you know what? Well, let's read this and then we'll talk our trash. There we go with the mic again,
Here come the
Jackson.
dinosaurs.
That would be cool. That'd be sick. This says the world's first living robots can now reproduce, scientists say. This article was put out on November 30th of 2021. Ugh. The world's first living robots known as xenobots. Did I say that right? Xenobots?
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, screw it. Jackson is right. BTG squad, baby. Can now reproduce, U.S. scientists have revealed. Details about the robots created using the heart and skin stem cells from the African clawed frog were unveiled last year after experiments showed they could move and self-heal. Turn this so you can see more skis. Now the scientists at Tufts University, the University of Vermont and Harvard, who made the xenobots, say the tiny blobs can also self-replicate. The results of the new research were published in the proceedings. Experiments showed that the organisms can swim out into their dish, find other single cells, and assemble baby xenobots. So they make other bots. A few days later, the babies become new xenobots that look and move just like the initial creation. What does that look like to you? Looks like cereal
Corn
and
pops.
sugar. It looks like cream of wheat. Haven't had cream of wheat in a long time, dog. Let's see. The new xenobots can then go out and self-replicate again, according to the scientists. Xenobots, which are less than 1 millimeter wide. What's a millimeter?
Real like 0.04 millimeters.
Right? Like the point of this pin. This is an absolute guess. I have no idea, but tiny, right?
Oh yeah, they're doing them like petri dishes.
Yeah. They're making cereal like this.
But the thing is, the reason they're saying robots because these organisms are actually created out of a computer. Like the computer created the organisms onto like a dish. They're like printing them out, basically.
3D printing? Is that what that is?
Printing organisms, yeah. I've seen them do them. Like I said, we've had episodes before we talked about it where they'd print out like a Ford chamber heart. They just
Oh yeah.
and they use like an actual printer almost, but like instead of like ink in the cartridges, there's like other stuff that forms it. I guess I don't know enough about it, obviously, because I'm not a scientist.
What?
But they showed it. I've watched them do it, and they like put it in it. It was like an actual heart. It was just like really small.
Yeah, man.
But it would work.
We did a video about that.
Yeah.
Long time ago. Go back and watch our old stuff.
Keep up with the times, ladies and gents.
Yeah. What have you even been doing with your life? You ain't been watching BTG Squad's old videos? The scientists say that they were stunned to learn the tiny blobs could spontaneously replicate. Oh, I missed this one. Says Xenobots, which are less than a millimeter wide, are designed on a computer and hand assembled. Wait, what?
Well, they're probably using like syringes on this.
Right. Yeah. People have thought for quite a long time that we've worked out all the ways that life can reproduce or replicate, but this is something that's never been observed before, said Douglas Blackston, who worked on the study. Hey, it's a funny name. Well, so this picture that we're looking at, I'll superimpose it on the screen. It looks like a Pac-Man eating one of those little those dots. Doesn't look anything like a robot to me, but I bet you this simple little thing could kill you.
Even makes the noise when it eats. It's like
just need to paint them the right colors, man, and we're good to go. That's freaking crazy. This is profound, added Michael Levin, co-leader of the research. These cells have the genome of a frog, but freed from becoming tadpoles, they use their collective intelligence, a plasticity, to do something astounding. Oh, the team said the new research could be beneficial for advancements in regenerative medicine. If we knew how to tell collections of cells to do what we wanted them to do, ultimately, that's regenerative medicine. That's the solution to traumatic injury, birth defects, cancer, and aging, and people who don't want to obey your directives as the government. Right? Like, this is what I always thought. This is a thought that I had. People say we're never going to be able to get completely taken over by, like, the government because our United States military is run by, like, normal human beings, like citizens of this country. But one of the things that the military is required to do, when you go into the military, you get a round of, like, shots, right? And you don't know what's in them. They just say you have to take these shots. You're in the military now. We own you. Okay, for 4 years.
COVID vaccine.
What do you mean?
The military, a lot of the military branches are fighting, like, so they don't have to get it if they don't want it.
Right. They're fighting it, but a lot of the vaccines they do have to take if they want to go and do specific things, right? How far away are we from a point where the government says, listen, our military needs to be vaccinated? Otherwise, we can't send you guys off into other countries. Eventually, it's probably going to be a thing. And then it's also going to be a thing where it's like, let's eject them. We got these little things that we use to control our military. Because us citizens, we're like, there's no way the government's ever going to take over because our military will stop them, you know, from doing anything crazy to all of us. What if the military wasn't thinking clearly? What if they had these little xenobots in their system because they had been injected, you know, earlier, and, you know, now they are not in control of their own bodies. They're being controlled. It's robots. You're injecting robots in.
But they're made out of, like, regular cells. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what's more dangerous.
I don't know how they're going to control that.
Well, they're saying they're robots.
They can control with, like, a
I
frequency.
think they were reproducing with a complete fluke.
Yeah.
Like, they made them and actually started to move around. And then they just watched them, and then all of a sudden that happened. That's why it made the news, because who would have fucking thought?
Well, I read
That's
too.
true.
I don't think they live very long either right now. They don't, like, they like die off pretty fast.
They
Yeah.
probably don't eat.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to eat your heart. Replace it with a robot-built heart. Here's the thing. Of course, this is new science. If you guys didn't hear Dave, he's talking about how it was kind of a fluke, possibly, that this all turned out the way that it did. You know, it might not have been exactly what they were going for. They're doing experimentation, you know? So they're getting a lot of different results, and this was just one of them, right? But if it progresses and keeps going, at some point, It could be a real simple thing that they can just control very easily. Because you know what the super semiconductor chips are? Have you ever watched how semiconductor chips are made? Like in, what's the place next to China that China wants to take over right now?
Taiwan.
That island, Taiwan.
Yeah.
I
No,
watched a
haven't
video.
watched it.
I watched a video on how those superconductor chips are created. Oh my God. It's insane how tiny, like just the tiniest little things that they can do with those semiconductor chips. So eventually it's possible. This is the step. This is us putting our foot on the moon. If we even did that. BTG squad out.
Did we?
But this is the first step. Eventually, just think about it. Don't look at me like I'm crazy, skis. Like, eventually they might be able to inject something into our military where your military is not thinking clearly, and then they now do have the power to control everything. Right? That was just my conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Give me that. Give me my conspiracy theory. Last sentence. All of these different problems are here because we don't know how to predict and control what groups of cells are going to build. Xenobots are a new platform for teaching us.
See, actually, the bigger problem is them making something that does something itself eventually, and we can't control it.
That would be
That actually
terrifying.
almost be worse.
Yeah. Isn't that what they did with COVID? Basically. They were doing they were making super viruses, gain of function research where they're hyping up the viruses to do something crazy, but then eventually the virus does something crazy, which wasn't that crazy this time. People did die, but it still could have been way worse.
We're gonna build like brain worms with them. You're gonna hear this voice in your head. Jared, do it.
Boom! Shoot, Dave.
Well, that's the whole like. It's a better way because back in the day, yeah, I was telling Dave about it. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. Like the MK Ultra program. Whenever you ever watched like what that was about.
Yeah.
That's like
with
using mind control.
with the
And
CIA.
they use like trigger words to like
Yeah.
make them like snap into like whatever they trained them to do.
That study, was it not being conducted with drugs?
That too, yeah. But I mean, I don't know how effective it was or wasn't, but it was a thing they were trying to do.
Yeah, man, they're sketchy. I don't know. How much of that stuff can we request through the Freedom of Information Act?
I don't know.
I think it's free to request stuff like that, right? You could just go on and request. I don't know. I'm sure there's a process to it that I'm not aware of.
And then they're like, well, why does he want to know?
Give it to him. No, they're gonna be more like, send some agents to his house and eliminate this guy.
Making part of the program.
Yeah, he's asking too many questions. I didn't do it, I swear.
Shut him down. Freeze all his assets.
Come on, man. Why don't you take it easy? So, yeah, man, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, this is a problem. I don't appreciate people making robots that they can, because essentially by them saying this is a millimeter
Robots, yeah.
or whatever, what other use could it be for being that small other than injecting? Well, they're saying it's for you injecting into like cells, doing something they can use in the body. They say it's the solution to traumatic injury, birth
Cell
defects,
manipulation.
cancer, and aging. So this is something that
It
eventually,
manipulates your cell, like your cells.
yeah, and it manipulates your cells however they program it to manipulate your cells before they inject it into your body. So there's a 100%, well, 99% possibility that this could turn into a very bad thing. Especially now, they're setting the stage for it. And this is all conspiracy crap. You know, I'm digging off into the weeds. These guys are probably innocent people that are just trying to create something wonderful. But if we look down the road, you could see how things go bad.
Well, realistically, all they would have to do too is if they put it in you, and maybe they find a way it like reacts to like a certain frequency, and it's like in your body replicating, but you're able to live there, and you don't know it's in there.
Yeah.
They just use the frequency. It's like he's not listening. They like turn it to that frequency, and then your head just like.
You know that Mission Impossible movie where they put those things, that little chip in her head, and then she like snapped on the plane. on that helicopter. That's exactly. Or at a Travis Scott concert, they can play different frequencies. That was one thing I saw a girl talking about on that Travis Scott. She said she passed out like 5 times during the show. She's like between
Doesn't have to do with anything else.
well, you never. I don't know. Frequencies are a real thing.
Yeah.
We're a frequency.
Well, they have military has it to use it for like riot control.
Yeah, Travis Scott does too. This girl said she's like she passed. She's in between him playing songs. They were playing these weird bass noises, and she's like, I passed out like 5 different times while this was all going on. She was looking around, seeing 5 like other people passing out at the same time. I don't know. Maybe her body just couldn't handle that bass or the frequency itself. Who knows? But yeah, man, stuff like this at some point, eventually, it's gonna be a problem. I already know it.
That bass hit and she orgasmed like she never orgasmed before. Drop her to her knees, man. She's like, Travis Scott up.
As did everybody else in that. Well, I'll be.
I mean,
Yeah.
too bad for those people that did.
Yeah, man. What a shame. But I hold fast so far to my claim that you just. Oh, we're gonna end this quick, but think about this, right? I had this scenario in my head. So let's say we go to that Travis Scott concert, right? But instead of Travis Scott going up on stage himself, we just put a boombox on stage with a physical recording of everything that Travis Scott did at that concert. We put that on stage. Everything he said, everything he did, all the music that was played. If it was not Travis Scott anymore, if it's just a boombox on there and we just play it, and people still trample each other and kill each other and die, who do we blame? Who would get sued? Would you sue Travis Scott? It was just the radio playing now. And you guys trampled yourselves. Yeah, who would you sue?
Well, it's anybody in any situation. They go after who has the money.
Yeah, but you're wrong for that.
But that's the way it works, because it works its way that way.
If he wasn't on stage and it was a radio playing and you all trampled yourselves. Am I wrong about this? I'll admit it.
Well, I'm not saying you could sue all the people that were there too if you wanted to, right?
Yeah,
Because they trampled you. He stepped on me.
Yeah, sue the person that stepped on you. But robots, soon they're coming to control your brains.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal thing. I hope you don't take the robot shot.
Watch out, people.
Some people that maybe have like, I don't know, problems in their body, take it. Eventually it's going to be bad. You mark my words.
But yeah. Cue the music.
God dang. Woo, he's on the ball. BTG squad out.
Squad roll.